So I started working with a new client, and the very first thing he asked me was, can I use notes while I'm on stage? And I said basically, no. And the reason why I said no is because he's going to lose his passion. So when you have notes, so let's say I grab some notes here, and I start reading them, what happens is I look up and down and I read what is on the paper. And what happens when I read the things on the paper is that I start to lose any kind of feeling or emotion. So what happens when you read is you read. You don't tell, you don't emote, you don't show. What I told him was, you're going to be on stage. This is for a TED Talk. And I said, you're going to be telling your story. You know your story. You need to believe in your story. You need to feel your story. If you have your notes in front of you, you're not going to feel it. He understood what I was saying. He said, well, can I just put them on the ground in front of me? And I said, and what are you going to do? Just stand there and continually do this? As you read? No. So I gave him some pointers, and I'm going to give these pointers to you. 1, write out your entire speech, your presentation, your talk. Write it out. It could be 10 pages, it could be 20 pages, it could be 1 page. But write the whole thing out as if it were a script. Then, over the next few days, read it. Read it like you would read a book, like you would read a magazine, like you would read anything. In bed, in the bathroom, at the kitchen table, wherever you're doing. And make notes on it. You'll make some changes, and you'll go back and you'll make changes. But continue to read it. The more you read it, the more you'll start to understand it, the more you'll start to believe it, the more you'll remember it. Then what I want you to do is I want you to give the speech in front of the mirror. I want you to look at yourself in the mirror, and I want you to do it. You're going to continue to look at your notes, and every once in a while, and flip through some pages, but again, you'll get into practice. You'll see how you are while you're reading it. Then, what I want you to do over the next couple of days is when you're driving, when you're in the shower, when you're on a run or exercising, start to recall different parts of that talk. Remember, oh yeah, this paragraph's about this. Oh yeah, this is about this. And you'll start to kind of see the pieces, and you'll see that the speech breaks down into different pieces. Start putting them together. Then I want you to try it without any of the notes in front of you, in the mirror. If you still need help, what I'd like you to do is create a 1-sheet, 1 page of bullet notes of the main topics, or cue words, different words that remind you what it is you're going to say at this part of the talk. And do that a bunch of times. And really what it comes down to is that you're continuing to repeat, you're continuing to practice, and you're getting it. Now, what I told him was, he said, well, what if I forget a part? I said, well, you might forget something here, you might forget something there, but really, the only person that's going to know that is you. The audience doesn't know that you missed a part because they've never heard this before. And again, if you're believing it, and you feel it, and you're having passion and excitement about it, they're not going to know that you missed a part. You're just going to move right through it. And when you're done, you might say, oh, I forgot to say this. But doesn't matter. You got your point across, and you got through it. So really what it comes down to is learning it, knowing it, and living it. And I couldn't say it any better myself than Judge Reinhold in Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Learn it, know it, live it.
Well,